Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setup for today. So let's just start off on the weekly, so we're all on the same page here. We have a weekly trend line here. You can see there it is there, which we have tagged a few times. Last week we closed below it, although we still ended up with a pin bar, and at the moment we are pretty much doing nothing. So Monday's data was pretty much nothing, range bar. If we come down to the 8 hour, you can see we do have a bit of a pin bar rejection off this zone, and we'll look at the zone on the lower time frames now. The other thing to bear in mind is look at the oscillators. They are separating, and normally when we have that, we have a fairly aggressive move to the downside. So just want to add one more level in here because this is fairly important, and that is below this pin bar. I suppose it's not really a pin bar, but it's a, let's just call it a long tail body, so lots of sellers sitting here. So we need to be paying attention to below that tail there. Moving on to the 3 hour, nothing really happened yesterday. So you see big down, big up, big down, big up, big confusion. Market's really confused based on what's going on in the Ukraine at the moment, as well as the China data that came out. We do have retail trade sales coming out in the US this afternoon, so could be that the market is just treading water, waiting for a catalyst, and retail sales could very well be that catalyst. Also just adds fuel to the fire on inflation. Now, on the hour, a little bit of a different picture. We do have, could be an inverse head and shoulders, could also be a cup and handle. So here's your, here would be your shoulder, here would be your head, and here would be your right shoulder, or this is your cup and your handle. Bottom line is you need to start breaking through the structure to the upside here for that to be validated. Right now we are just hovering on the 155 EMA. You can see we did get above it yesterday, then back below it, and now we're just sort of hovering here. So for me, this zone here, 32,344 is critical. If we get above it and we start building a base on it, then we are looking to break through 32,535, which could validate this bottom. So you can see the last couple of days has been a downward trend, pretty measured, and then we dropped so quickly here, breaking away from the moving averages, creating a bit of divergence, and then back up, and then we're like consolidating at the moment. So that's the first area. Ultimately, I'd need to see us get above 32,535 for this to continue. And that would just validate a break of structure, fairly decent structure, plus a couple of bullish patterns would be validated. Remember, we put this level in on the 8 hour, that's 32,160. That is below, that is a tail of this 8 hour pin bar type thing, type structure that was formed. So that is fairly critical. And if you look to the left, you can see why. So we start dropping below 32,160, sort of break below that, come back, reject it. That is the opportunity for a continuation to the downside. And there is a nice juicy gap down here, which would act as a magnet as well. Although we do have quite a bit of structure over the last 2 days, so Friday and Monday, a lot of buyers coming in here. So sit on hands still. Unfortunately, I don't see any other reason for you to jump into this just yet. 15 minutes has been in a sort of bullish move for the last 2 days, but it's more sideways than bullish, so it's sideways to up. So this is the line in the sand. It's 32,344, 32,350 area. That is what we need to break and clear and hold for this move to continue to the upside. And then obviously we're looking at 32,160 to the downside. So I'm not really interested in trading this until one of those two levels give. And if it does give to the upside, I'm definitely waiting for the pullback and looking for support here before jumping in. This one here to the downside, depending on what noise comes out, it's only a 260 point stop loss. So drop below that, you're looking for a move down to close this gap. Okay, anyway, until we get some noise later this afternoon, and there's also British data coming out, so that may impact the market this morning for a quick squirt in one direction or the other. But as far as I'm concerned, this is still sit quietly and wait for the structure. There's nothing just yet. There's lots brewing, but nothing confirmed just yet. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.